What if West Side Story had been written by Puerto Rican immigrants?
What if Fun Home had been written by a straight cis white dude?
What if Chicago had been written by young women ex-cons?
What if the musical theater capital of the world had developed in Nairobi instead of in New York?
What if the British musical era had actually been the German musical era?
What if writers could only write stories about events that they had personally experienced?
Hi, I'm Michael Ratty, the founder of the Musical Theater Writing Collective.
And I'm Amy Andrews, and we are musical theater writers who get really excited about story structure.
So we decided to teach a class about it.
So you can get excited about story structure too.
Hey Amy, why isn't everyone as excited about story structure as we are?
Well, Michael, we know a lot of writers who don't like to talk about or even think about story structure because they see it as a rigid set of rules to be strictly adhered to.
But we want to introduce you to a different way of thinking about it, a funner way.
We like to think about story structure as a set of options you can play around with.
Setting limits provides a strong foundation that can be very freeing. You can think about story structure as like a color palette. Once you know what colors you're working with, you know what you have to play with and how you can combine things in different ways to create your art.
You could also think of story structure like a playground. When you show up to the playground, there are swings, slides, seesaws, a jungle gym, and you can use all of these available resources, the different playground equipment, however you want to make your own super fun playtime adventure.
Similarly, learning about different approaches to story structure gives us a bunch of options that we can pull from when we're writing our stories.
Right, so for example, if I'm writing a story today that is kind of circular, then maybe today I want to stick to things like the merry-go-round on the playground or the twisty slide that goes around and around instead of doing things like going down the long straight slide or climbing up the jungle gym because those are less appropriate for the story I'm telling.
Absolutely, and maybe the story I want to tell doesn't have a central protagonist, but is more of an ensemble piece. So I bring a whole bunch of kids over to the jungle gym and we climb that together, ignoring the equipment that's more one person or two people like the seesaw.
So come along and join us on this story structure playground adventure. Michael, how can the people get involved?
That's a great question, Amy. The course is called Play with Possibility, Exploring Storytelling Structures in Musical Theater. It starts on Tuesday, March 28th, and it runs for 12 sessions over 8 weeks.
We have a limited number of spaces available for the course, so sign up today at michaelratty.com.
And if you want to follow along with more Michael and Amy shenanigans, then join us for our Play with Perspective live challenge on Sunday, March 19th.
In the live challenge, we're going to play with different perspectives on story structure, share tips and tricks, and get pumped up for the class.
And so we'll see you on the playground.
I call dibs on the swings.